Hi, I'm Matt McMurray from Campus Automotive in Blacksburg, Virginia, and today we have the new Nitto Nomad Grappler crossover terrain tire. The Nitto Nomad Grappler is the newest tire in Nitto's SUV tire lineup. It's positioned between the NT421Q and the Terra Grappler G2. In doing this, Nitto has all spectrums of light truck tires covered. They seem to have a tire for everything now. I guess that's why they've become so popular here recently. So the first thing you notice about the Nomad Grappler is how similar it looks to the Recon Grappler. It has a very attractive design. I would say it's more aggressive than most crossover specific tires. The biggest difference between this tire and the Recon Grappler AT is going to be its smooth, quiet nature on the highway. The center rib of tread blocks are arranged in a way to have a wide and narrow grooves that effectively cancel out noise and keep the tires super stable at higher speeds. So the Nomad Grappler has large outer tread blocks that are connected with a small amount of variable depth siping for good handling and stable performance in wet and dry conditions. These outer tread blocks have reinforced foundations to increase the tread block's rigidity and reduce flex for high-speed handling, and the connected sidewall lugs and side biters as well as the center tread rib design will work great when aired down, especially in mud and sand. The outer sidewall lugs will provide traction and reduce the chance of a sidewall pinch or puncture. Note that there are two different sidewall designs, so you have to choose what you think looks better, and the installer will have to be careful when they mount them to make sure they're mounted in the correct position. The best applications for the Nitto Nomad Grappler are crossovers and SUVs like the new Ford Bronco Sport and Maverick, Subaru Outback and Forester, and the Jeep Compass and Cherokee. Nitto Nomad Grappler is a 3-peak snowflake rated tire, so it's well suited for crossovers and SUVs that live above a snow belt. The Nitto Nomad Grappler competes directly with the Falcon Wild Peak AT Trail and the BF Goodrich Trail Terrain. So the first thing we're going to look at is these inner tread blocks. Now you can see that these tread blocks are interlinked in a fashion where there's not a lot of void in between certain areas of the inner tread blocks. And they did this so these tread blocks won't squirm when you go around corners, so it'll be super stable, and on the highway it'll ride great. But an interesting fact is the way that they're shaped and the way the grooves are positioned. You have these grooves here that are positioned in a way to create a lot of biting edges off-road and in sand. And then you have these alternating Z-shaped grooves that are going to evacuate water from this inner tread rib. So that way when it's slick, when it's wet outside, when you're going through slush and snow, it'll evacuate that from underneath the tread blocks. Next thing that you'll notice is there's siping in each one of these blocks. That's what's going to give us our good winter weather traction. That's why one of the features on this tire that makes it 3-peak snowflake rated. So since this tire is designed primarily for crossovers and SUVs, they've optimized the shape of these blocks to give you all kinds of biting edges, but they made the block almost one big piece. They have to design this tire to do well on the highway and do well on the road. So these big grooves in between these blocks right here, those voids are just to evacuate water from underneath the tread. That gives you your hydroplaning resistance. These blocks are designed to work together to give you traction off-road and in snow with these sipes. However, it'll give you a smooth, comfortable ride on the highway, which most crossovers spend the majority of their time on the road and on the highway anyways. So you see on these outer tread blocks, each of these blocks have sipes, as you can see. They've also got connectors here at the bottom of each block to hold them steady so that it'll handle good when you turn and corner at high speeds. So as you can see on these outer tread blocks, this section is staggered. So that way when you air down, you'll get some more traction out of this tire, especially in the sand, deep snow, and in the mud. So remember that there's two different distinct sidewall designs. This one's kind of more aggressive than the other side, shaped like a Y. But when you air down in your off-road, this will deflect anything that might puncture your sidewall and just give it a little protection. And if you're aired down, it'll give you more traction in the sand. So as you can see, there's two very distinct looks on each side. You have to make sure that your installer puts the right side out on all 4 tires, because I'd hate for you to pick this and then have one tire flip the wrong way and then you have one odd looking tire. So it's real important that they do a good job and do it right. So moving down, we see that we have a rim protector all the way around. We also see that we have our 3-peak snowflake rated designation right here printed on the tire. And we see that this tire is actually made in the USA, which is pretty cool. This is probably one of the more aggressive tires that you'll ever see on a Subaru Outback or a Forester. I see a lot of people, there's 2 people on YouTube that have a channel that reviewed these tires. Nitto actually sent them the tires and gave them a set to review. Of course, Nitto doesn't pay me to review anything. I just buy the tires and review them. but both of those channels are for overlanding basically. So those guys really like the tire. It's done well for them. Both guys have Subarus. So if you see this tire on a Subaru or a Ford Bronco Sport or a Ford Maverick, I think would be a good candidate for this tire. I think that, you know, most people will get pretty good service out of this, but it is pretty aggressive for a crossover tire. So you might lose a little bit of fuel mileage going from a regular all-season tire to this tire, but I think the increase in traction in winter and also light off-road conditions will more than make up for that. Nitto gave the Nomad Grappler a 60,000 mile warranty on all sizes, which is super surprising, but it shows that they're confident in the performance of this tire over the long haul. The Nitto Nomad Grappler is available in 25 sizes from 17 inches to 20 inches, and right now sizes are limited while they ramp up distribution. The size of this tire is 265/60 R18, and they retail for $238 each. You can pick these tires up at tirebuyer.com, TireRack.com, or the Amazon affiliate link in the description below. On the scale of try it, watch it, or trash it, I give it a strong try it if you're in the market for a great, aggressive, crossover terrain tire. The bottom line is I think this is a pretty awesome tire. So if you have any questions or you'd like to see me review a particular tire, drop them in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. To see more Nitto tire reviews and comparisons like this one, check out these videos. Thanks for watching and have a great day.